All right, hey, Eric here, UAVDirect. We are one of DJI's premier dealers, and we have a New Year's Eve surprise for you. We actually received the first production unit around here of the DJI Inspire 1 aircraft. It's revolutionary, and we wanted to give you a taste of it, so this is our unboxing video. I haven't even opened the giant cardboard box from China, so let's get a look at this here. Looks like it's a 1 unit per box type thing here. Let's go ahead and close that up. Alright, so looks like first we've got some bubble wrap, and the Inspire does appear to ship in its hard case. So let me, a little short, I'm going to have to put this on the ground here and get it out. Bubble wrap, hard case. This is nice. Let's see here. Get our handy dandy knife again. Alright, so first thing you can see, it is a hard case. Quality actually looks pretty darn good. It's got some rubber stops on the bottom. Unlike some of the videos that I've seen online from overseas of the pre-production units, doesn't appear to be any kind of plastic covering over the handle. But we've also got some hard stops here on the bottom. Case does not look to have any type of locking mechanism. It looks like you could probably run a padlock through, yeah, right here in between these two zippers. So let's go ahead and open this up. So it looks like you can see a portion of the top shell here. Looks like we have 2 sets of props. Let's check those out first. We have some sort of Velcro strap. Okay. Pretty efficient little solution there to keep our props. And just like our Phantoms, we have a silver top and a black top for clockwise and counterclockwise rotation. 4 sets of those. Alright, and we have our controller. It comes with the iPad or tablet mount adapter to it. Seems pretty simple, articulates in place. Nice wrapping on that. Got a battery, and it is the 4,500 milliamp hour. Decent weight to it. I'd say it's probably about twice as heavy as a Phantom battery. We've got room for 3 additional batteries in here. It looks like there's also room in the aircraft for one since they didn't place one in there. Yes, our manual right here in the front, and a gimbal box. But let's start looking at some of this stuff. So we've got our controller, really decent weight to it. The build quality feels incredible on it. Everything seems to be from the pre-production unit to this, pretty similar. The only difference I'm noticing is that this isn't black, and it's got some white kind of, I guess, a bezel that goes all the way around. We have our C1, C2 button. Let's continue on though. We'll go ahead and open up this controller here in just a moment. Let's take a look at the big guy himself here. Go ahead and straight up out of here. Don't want to knock anything off this little table. All right. So it comes with the gimbal detached. Build quality seems really awesome on this. And underneath it we have some more accessories too. So I'm going to go ahead and move the case down to the ground now. Start pulling some of the stuff out of here. So here is the aircraft right out of the box. Our manual that I showed you in the front, our battery, and it looks like just underneath the aircraft there's another little spot here. We have a battery charger. Looks to be almost exactly the same size as the Phantom charger. And our gimbal box, which is actually really nice hard plastic. This is it's a big step right here. Be able to keep your gimbal in a nice little secure box. Take a look at that. Everything's nice and form-fit with styrofoam. I think this is the ND filter right here, neutral density filter. But a very nice form-fitting box. Camera appears to be about the same size as the original Vision camera. Let's set that up front here. Nothing underneath the gimbal tray. This one we noticed in the release notes this morning. Did not know this was coming though. DJI has now provided a really, really cool looking strap. And this is pretty darn neat. Not exactly sure how to wear it yet though. I'm assuming it might be like some suspenders here, so if I get this wrong, we'll see if I get it right though the first time. No, maybe I'm not going to get it right the first time. Okay. So it looks like it kind of goes up and over this way here. And then we have some straps that we can change, and we can plug directly into our remote with this little clip. Pretty darn neat. I like that. Okay. Little tool compartment with a very interesting looking flathead screwdriver here. So there's that. It's really interesting. I'm not sure what that tool is used for just yet. I'm sure we'll be able to find out. Set that here. And 4 additional rubber dampeners for our gimbal. These are really interesting. Haven't really seen this design from DJI before. So the grommets looked as though they're dual fitting. No gimbal lock, or rather no anti-drop bolt. Really interesting. Take a look at that. And zoom in. It's kind of a neat little design. They do appear to be a little bit higher density than some of the things we've seen with the H3 3D gimbals. And we have another accessory bag here. And I believe this is going to be all of our cables. Let's take a look at what comes in here. We have one USB to micro USB cable. This appears to be our charge cable for our power adapter over here. No, looks like we have more. Another portion of the charge cable. So I wonder, let's open up the front of this guy here, see what's going on. So, it's really interesting. Appears to be the same thing, just another charge port. Do we have a second? Doesn't look like we have a second charge port on here. That's really interesting. I'm not exactly sure what our spare charge cable here is for. If it's an extender for 2 batteries, which is kind of what it appears to be. One charge port, another charge port with another DC connector. So yeah, that does appear to be some sort of extension. I'll have to read the liner notes on that, figure out what that one's for. That's really interesting. I did not see that in the documentation. But yeah, that appears so far to be it. So we did get a second remote with this system. We have our first remote here. This is what came packed in the box from DJI. We still have the plastic on it, so we'll go ahead and remove that at this time. We can kind of start doing a little bit of an assembly of this aircraft and take a look at it from here. Now, plastic doesn't really have any clear seams where it comes together. Maybe a little, oh yeah, there's a tape seam at the bottom here. So it looks like we can kind of unsheath it as such. I don't want to drop it, and I don't want to cut using a knife. Oh, now it's evident what that screwdriver's for. Didn't say it, but there is a flathead screwdriver port right on the side here. So I think that's for easy removal of our tablet mount adapter. Give that a try here. It's a little screw. It only takes about 3 or 4 rotations to come out of there. Set that right here. And it appears the back side of our tablet mount just kind of screws right onto a post. Yep. It has a little bit of a feed through that goes into the remote there. Go ahead and de-plastic this real quick. And now we can see our remote. And looks like we have an HDMI port, USB port, CAN bus port, and then a full size USB port here as well. The backs and the sides are somewhat rubberized. All of the white bezels appear to have another clear layer of plastic, so it definitely makes this thing look really fancy, and it just feels really, really sturdy. This is excellently designed. It's absolutely great. And here's the LED color on the production unit is white. So we have our indicators and then our main power light. Switches feel really nice and firm. The left jog wheel does have a spring in it. The right one does not. And it actually feels like it can depress for menu function as well as cycle. And it does have a ratcheting stop. Everything else feels really awesome with that. So let's go ahead and we'll set these aside over here. Let's check out and see how your second box, if you got the dual remote system, let's see what's all included in this box, how the packaging might differ as well in there. So let's scoot this forward just slightly. And first thing to note, it does not appear that there's any sort of tamper seal. Just a straightforward box. Do this without ripping our cardboard at all. And automatically I do see a really interesting little instruction here. Maybe you can pull into that. It's actually kind of going over exactly what we had to figure out on our own with the unboxing of the first remote. It's describing how to remove the screw and then twist the base screw in order to get our tablet mount adapter off of there. So we have, just like our ZenMuse series boxes, it's a box within a box. It appears the simplest way actually is open it from the side. Don't see many accessories yet, I could be wrong. Yeah, that is definitely not wanting to open from the side. So what I can kind of see and infer from this is you might want to open both sides first. Ah, okay, that appears to be the trick. Then, let's see here. Okay, so it kind of clamshells open for us about like such. And we have our second remote. Same bit of plastic wrapping, although one thing is different. Our tablet mount is not actually already affixed to the controller. Holding on to pretty well. I can imagine this is going to hold the tablet well as well. All right, there we go. So yeah, you kind of have to force this little edge here in order to get the tablet mount out. And there it is. I should also mention that's covered in a bit of plastic. This one seems to be already extended, where our other one did not come fully extended. So let's go ahead and get the plastic off of both of these and we'll reinstall them onto the controller. It's an interesting fit with the provided flathead screwdriver, but it's not that difficult. It was tightened down a bit, not too bad though. And it looks like you can actually tighten the back of said tablet mount adapter with the same screwdriver on the back. Let's go ahead and mount this back in. Let's see. Tighten that side. Put our set screw back into the front lanyard holder there. And there is a gap between the original lanyard holder and on the tablet mount itself where we can still, it appears to, where we can still plug in that nice DJI harness that the system came with. So we've got our first remote put back together here. And And now our second remote, our new one, once we learned the trick, you should just be able to pull the plastic off of the two remotes there without unwrapping. It was a little bit tedious before. Now we've learned, we've adapted. Should be the same tape on the bottom. And then this sheath should come right over the rear bracket and slide right off the top. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and get our second monitor mount, or rather a tablet mount, back on here. Back into the first well there. Our set screw, put that back in. So far, this has been really easy. It's definitely along the same course as the Phantom 2 was to the Phantom 1. Legs pre-attached and so forth. Not a lot of mystery. In fact, I have not even looked at the unboxing instructions. They are provided right now on DJI's website, but I like to kind of see how easy it is to put together without any sort of instructions. And so far, nothing has really been a mystery, with the exception of the little screwdriver. Didn't exactly know where we were going to be using that at first, but it became pretty evident pretty quickly here. And our battery, we neglected to show you this, I'm sorry. Our battery, just like any other Phantom battery, rather Phantom 2 battery, just kind of slides right in. There does not appear to be any indicator on the motors directly that indicate whether or not we put clockwise on one side and counterclockwise on a different. It just doesn't really show that all that well. But we'll see if there's an automatic type of reckoning. Oh, no, now I am starting to notice. There's a very slight color difference between the left front and left right, and we do have our crisscrossing here as well. Might be hard to see on video, but I can tell that one of the screw down posts here is actually a little bit darker, and we'll play with that as a theory and see what that'll do for us here. Now, the only packaging we're going to actually have to cut into to open, it appears, just like usual, will be our propellers. There is not a little Ziploc seam or anything there for that. Props are noticeably bigger. That's one of the first things that's pretty evident here. Material actually appears to be very similar to what we're going to find on the S900s and S1000s. Does not feel or weigh or have the appearance of PVC like what we saw with the Vision. It is shiny though. That's one thing that is a little bit different from the material on the S900 and S1000. This is not a matte color. There's definitely a gloss to it. So going with the theory that our motors are like we thought, I should spin backwards on this one here. It does. All right. So it appears to be the same cross configuration actually as the Phantoms, where your rear right and front left are going to be the black top props, and the silver tops will go on the rear left and front right. The last prop is on. Everything seems ready to go. Now the impression of size is definitely there with this. It appears to be, and it feels much bigger just by adding the props. The unit itself without them doesn't seem all that big, but now this definitely kind of changes the scope of it a bit. Next to install is going to be the afforded gimbal and camera, and I can see some pretty clear instructions here for locking and unlocking. There does appear to be a protective cap. I've also gone ahead and put our Samsung tablet onto our master controller. Haven't set up our secondary controller yet. We want to just go through the basics here pretty much with the aircraft. So first thing we want to do, we've already got our props on. That's okay. It's probably recommended to leave them off. But just for our unboxing purposes, let's just go ahead and show you what it's like to go ahead and attach the gimbal onto here. So first and foremost, we'll double press our remote, get it to power on. Our transform button is in the lower position. Go ahead and power on the aircraft. You get to hear it chime up for the first time. Neat little sound. CPU fan will start running and all that. So now that it's already gone and initiated, we got our blue light, so let's go ahead and transform it our first time by going 4 times up and down on this and then into the up position. We've already removed the protective cap for where we connect our gimbal, and pulling this one out of the box here has another cap right on top. Go ahead and take that off. Slide, you might have to move over here to see it, but we're going to slide into the unlock position here. We have our indicator. We want to match our little white indicator there. Straight up, and move into the lock position, all the way over until it clicks. And now we can go ahead, still got power on my controller. Go ahead and power this back on. And while it warms up this time, I'm going to go ahead and get my app started up here again. Alright, so just a short time after unboxing the aircraft and charging the batteries, I've got the app fully running. I'm rotating the camera around. One controller, one tablet at the moment. We're going to get it set up with both remotes here. But everything seems to be good. We're going to get ready for a flight test. We're going to show that in our next video too. But as for the unboxing of the Inspire 1, my name's Eric. Thank you for visiting us here at UAVDirect. We'll be right back with you.